They locked my rifle away and laughed in my face. I broke it out, vanished into the snow, and made sure they never laughed again. I still remember the day they carried me off the train like I was nothing more than another parcel from the catalog. Snow was falling over the Eastern Front, 1943. My paper said Ludmila Pavlichenko, but to the men of the 25th Rifle Division, I was just the mail-order bride the lieutenant ordered from Sevastopol. They laughed when they saw the rifle wrapped in brown paper at my feet. "Look at that," one shouted. "He even bought her a toy to keep her busy while he's at the front." The others howled. Someone kicked the package. The stock cracked against the frozen platform. I stood there in my patched coat, cheeks burning, saying nothing. Inside, something twisted. Not just shame, rage, cold and sharp as the wind that cut through the station. That night, in the women's barracks, the whispers followed me. "She's the hero of Sevastopol," they say. 300 confirmed kills. Yeah? Then why does her rifle look like it came from a department store? Laughter again, louder this time. I unwrapped the Mosin Naikin myself. The wood was scarred, the barrel blued thin from years of use, but it was mine. My father mailed it after Odessa fell. He wrote only 4 words on the tag: "Make them remember you." I slept with it under my cot like a child with a doll. But what I didn't know that night was that the worst betrayal wasn't the jokes. It was coming from the one man who was supposed to protect me, my own commander. Captain Morozov summoned me to headquarters the next morning. He was tall, decorated, charming in that way officers are when they know they hold all the power. "Ludmila," he smiled, "the men are restless. A woman sniper makes them nervous, bad for morale." I stood at attention. "I have more confirmed kills than half your platoon combined, Comrade Captain." He waved the report away like it was cigarette smoke. "Numbers on paper. Out there, they need to believe their flank is guarded by men, not catalog brides." He actually used the phrase. My stomach turned. That afternoon, he reassigned me to the laundry unit. My rifle was locked in the armory for safekeeping. The men toasted the decision in the mess hall. Someone hung a sign on my bunk: "Mail order Ludmila. Now taking orders for socks." I cried only once, alone in the supply shed, face pressed against sacks of frozen potatoes. I hated how small they made me feel. I hated that part of me almost believed them. Then came the night that broke something inside me forever. Our sector was quiet. Too quiet. Intelligence said the Germans were rotating snipers out. A lie. 11 of the best fascist marksmen had slipped into the ruins opposite our lines, picking off runners, medics, anyone who moved. In 4 days, we lost 23 men, bodies stacked like firewood. Captain Morozov panicked. He needed a scapegoat. So he dragged me in front of the entire division at morning roll call. "This," he announced, holding my rifle above his head like evidence, "this is why we're dying, because we let a woman play soldier with a mail-order toy." The men jeered. Someone threw a chunk of ice. It struck my cheek and split the skin. Blood ran warm down my neck. In that moment, staring at the captain's smug face, I stopped feeling human. I felt like the bullet already chambered, waiting. At 0400 the next morning, I broke into the armory. My rifle was exactly where they tossed it, wrapped in the same brown paper, now stained with oil and contempt.
I cleaned it by candlelight, hands steady, heart silent. For 72 hours, I disappeared into the white hell between the lines. No sleep, no food, only the wind, the scope, and the 11 names intelligence had whispered. One by one, they fell. The first thought I was a ghost. He died staring at his own breath freezing in the air. The sixth tried to run and took the round through the spine. By the 11th, the Germans were radioing headquarters begging to surrender the sector. They thought an entire company of snipers hunted them. On the third day, I walked back into camp, dragging a blood-crusted tally stick, 11 notches. The division stood frozen as I laid it at Captain Morozov's feet. His face went the color of ash. I looked him in the eye and spoke for the first time in 3 days. Next time you lock away a woman's weapon, comrade captain, make sure you're not the one standing in her scope. They never laughed again. They saluted when I passed. Some even cried and asked forgiveness. I gave them none. Forgiveness is a luxury for people who have never been stripped of their name. Years later, when the war was over and the medals weighed heavy on my chest, people asked how I found the strength. I tell them the truth. They tried to bury me in shame. Instead, they taught me how loud silence can be when it comes from the barrel of a rifle no one believed in. Never underestimate a woman who has nothing left to lose, because sometimes the most dangerous sound in the world is the click of a round chambered by someone who was told she didn't belong. And that, my loves, is how you turn mockery into legend, one shot at a time.